I think it becomes all about you, and it becomes very personal, then you start feeling just embattled and things are coming at you on all sides. If what you say to yourself is it's about the American people and it's about the work, and I'm one person who's trying to bring about change, but I'm not going to be able to do it alone, and I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm imperfect, then you can maintain some perspective. I also, as a rule, never read my own press, which I think is, whether it's good or bad. When I first got into politics, anytime your name was in the paper, you'd read it and you'd say, oh, after a while, what you realize is that it's sort of a funhouse mirror. It distorts you. Sometimes it makes you look bigger and tougher than you are. Sometimes it makes you feel really bad. So what I'd rather do is just try to stay focused on the work and not worry about the criticisms that are coming. Now that doesn't mean though that it's not important for also though to grow in this process. And I feel like during the course of this campaign, I've grown because I make mistakes, I learn from them. Sometimes you have to dig deep into yourself and refocus your attention. I'll give you a very specific example, and that is that we had been winning so many states, and we were getting such huge crowds, and it started becoming a little routine right before Texas and Ohio, and so those two losses, as well as the controversy over the last couple of weeks surrounding my former pastor and some of the dumb things that he said, all those things actually forced me to dig deep again and say, okay, why am I doing this, and what is this about, and what am I trying to communicate to the American people, and what's true about our politics that needs to be changed. That I think is really valuable. Constantly trying to step back and keep a long view and say to yourself, what's meaningful to you and what makes it worthwhile. The final thing is having a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter who really don't care about any of this stuff. So that's always helpful. All right. Gentleman over there. Right there in the corner. I don't know if we can get a mic up there. Go ahead and shout it now. All right, I'll repeat the question.
As a veteran, I'm concerned about veteran issues. Now, I feel that the VA takes pretty good care of their vets, but there's always room for improvement. So I'm asking Barack Obama, what are you going to do to improve veteran service?
Well, it's a great question. Let me, I think there are people in the VA who are doing an outstanding job and care deeply, and their hearts bleed for our veterans. The VA system as a whole is not always operating at the level that it should. Let me just give you some things.